Good morning, everyone. Today we are going to talk about one of the most powerful
Good
words.
morning, ma.
Good morning. Today we are going to talk about one of the most powerful word types in English language, which is conjunctions. Think about conjunction as the glue or bridge of English grammar. Without them, our writing would sound short, choppy, and robotic. Like this, I wanted to go outside. It was raining. I stayed indoors. You can see there's no link. You can see there's no link with that. So that's how important conjunction is indispensable in your grammar. It makes your grammar flow smoothly without sounding robotic. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen. If you can hear me, kindly chat, I'm ready. Kindly type, I'm ready in the chat box. Good, good. So now I think we have foundation student now. I congratulate all the UTME students, post-UTME students taking exams now. I wish them best of luck. Okay. So as I said earlier, good, good. Thank you, Anointing. As I said earlier that today we are going to do okay. So today we are going to do conjunctions. So before we begin, so there's a warm-up challenge now. Okay, I am tired. I will continue. Two short, choppy sentence. Can you type the suitable conjunction for that? Although the answer is already okay. I am tired. Yeah, this class is for foundation. But if UTME student is here, yeah, you can still learn because it's still conjunction topic. So it's still helpful for you. You can simply take the class and take note of all the strategy. It's useful for you, but it's for foundation students. Okay, so I am tired, but I will continue what's working. It's this but makes it sound what smoothly. This conjunction here, coordinating conjunction here, it makes it sound smoothly. Yeah, without the conjunction, it will just sound robotic, choppy. Yeah, you'll find it difficult to what understand what the sentence. So, can you look at these two sentences now? Which one sound better? Can you tell me in the chat box? Is it A or B? Which sentence sounds better, A or B, in the chat box? So I want you to do it in 10 seconds. B. Okay, can someone like unmute themselves and tell me the reason why B sounds better?
The option A says, I'm tired, I will continue working. It's just like to me is that I will continue working doesn't sound right at all. Because the to me is as if it's telling someone that I'm tired but I will continue working. But the option B is saying I'm tired but I will continue working.
I'm not supposed to
That
carry the iPad anyway. How they send me to be calling? Mm-hmm.
You can continue. Just forget the distraction. Thank you.
Okay, so as I'm saying, option A was saying I'm tired, I will continue working. It doesn't sound right at all because to me it's as if that option A is telling someone something that maybe his boss is telling him that are you tired? But he's saying I'm tired, I will continue working. It doesn't sound right at all. But the option B is saying I'm tired, but I will continue working. That one sound right because it's actually letting the boss know that he's going to continue working although he's tired.
Yeah, thank you very much. That but makes it sound more meaningful and more transitioning compared to the first one. The first one doesn't sound, as I said, it doesn't sound right. It sounds robotic. So for better understanding, B is clearer than A. A is is vague, it's confusing. You know, if I just say I'm tired, I will continue working, you'll be like, something is missing, like this is not clear enough. So that's the function of conjunction. But you can see in the second one, I'm tired, but I will continue working. That but is a coordinating conjunction, which shows what contrast. So that's what we are going to look at in this lesson. Okay, let's move on to the next slide. What is conjunction? A conjunction is a glue word that connects words, phrases, or sentences together. So sometimes it's connect words together. Sometimes it connects phrases together. It could be noun phrase. Yeah, it could be verb phrase, like connect them together, or it connects sentences together. Some of you will be shocked that why does it connect sentences? So that's what we want to look at today. The first one I told you that it connects what words together, words in form of what? Look at these words, apples and oranges. So you can see this end. End is conjunctions, which shows what? Addition. So you can see and is the conjunction here is connecting what words together in this case. Please, if you don't have the knowledge or if you find it confusing, please pay attention to this lesson. I'm very sure it will be very helpful for you. The second one, she ran fast but missed the bus. But you can see but here is connecting what phrases together. Phrases, she ran fast, missed the bus. Yeah, but is one connecting it together. And this one connecting what? Two clauses.
Where is it now? I told him I'm reading.
Please mute yourself.
So if you're reading our test, I swear that I think, but I'm also reading because maybe I cannot get
Mute
it's not long from
yourself,
30.
please.
So that one that you are looking at is just come up.
Let me try to mute. Okay, it's Fatia. I'm very sure it's people that are just joining. Anytime you join the lesson, please kindly mute yourself. It's very distracting. Okay, she ran fast but missed the bus. So you can see but here is joining what? Phrases. The conjunction here is joining phrases. We stayed outside because it rained. We stayed inside, sorry, because it rained. Because here is a subordinating conjunction joining what clauses. We stayed outside because we stayed outside is an independent clause. Because it rained is a dependent clause, which makes it a complex sentence. So in this case now it's joining clauses together. In the second case, it's joining phrases. So can you type yes if you see how conjunction acts as bridges in these sentences? I want to be sure we are in the same pace. Yeah, type yes if you see how conjunction acts as bridges. Okay, let's move on to the next slide. So I want you to pay attention to this slide. So we want to start with what? The coordinating conjunction. Coordinating conjunction, this join two words, phrases, and independent clause that carries equal weight or importance. To easily remember all these seven coordinating conjunction, just remember the acronyms. Before we talk about the acronyms, I want to emphasize on independent clause. Independent clauses are clauses that can stand on their own. They equally have what? A subject and a verb. They don't need any conjunction to, like, okay, they don't need any words to make meaning. They already make complete meaning on their own. So they are not starting with any subordinating conjunction or anything. Yeah, you have the subject and the verb. For example, now, okay, look at it. We stayed out inside. We stayed inside here is an independent clause. But on because it's rain, this one is a dependent clause. So in this case now, coordinating conjunction what connect two independent clauses together. It doesn't connect in it connects two independent clause. We have two complete independent clause connected by what? A coordinating conjunction. That's what they do in sentence. Okay, as you can see here, they connect two equal words or clauses. Remember the key for beginners. Okay, and, but, or, so. And there's an acronym that is commonly used for you to easily remember all the 7 coordinating conjunctions. Just remember the acronym FANBOYS. FANBOYS. It's not fully, yeah, fanboys. If you can remember the acronym fanboys, it's not, all the other acronyms are not fully displayed on the screen, but I can say it orally. The first one is for fanboys. Let me try and type on I will annotate on the screen. Okay, so fanboys. F is for 4. F is for 4. A and N no, no. B but O or Y yet. Don't mind my writing. And S so. Okay. So for shows cause or reasons. Whenever you see for in a sentence, it shows for. Or it shows cause or reasons. So it's always imperative you always pay attention to the context. Whenever it's used, whenever you see a sentence like denoting what causes or reason, like for is the most suitable for that case. And it's connecting what two equal words or two independent clauses. So for is the most suitable. The second one is and from what from fanboys. I'm using fanboys to explain now so that it can easily sink in your medulla oblongata. And ants are what adds information. For example, she likes tea and coffee. Yeah, she likes tea and coffee. She likes tea. That's an independent clause. And coffee. You can see tea and coffee are equal words. So, and is used to what? Add that information coffee there. So whenever you see something like it's adding another information, it could be in form of adding another information in terms of words or phrases or another independent clause. So you use what and for that. So very easy. The next one is or. Or present what alternative whenever you have another alternative in the sentence. You use or for that. You can have tea or coffee. You can have tea or coffee. So it's just simply for what alternative. Yet shows what unexpected contrast. When an unexpected contrast comes in a sentence, you use what yet. He is young yet very wise. I hope you are taking notes of all this. The last one is what so from fanboys now. So what show a result or outcome. It shows what a result or outcome. For example, whenever you have a sentence like this, it rained, so we cancel the what match. The result there is what we cancel the match because what it rained. So shows a result or outcome of something. So a quick check, look at, okay, let's move on to the next slide. Oh my, let me try to erase. Okay, we'll move on to the next slide. Okay, so the next one now, we are going to look at the subordinating conjunction. Subordinating conjunction. This is another thing. I've found that most students mix them up. So that's why I brought, remind us about the acronyms for coordinating conjunction, which is what fan boys. And I told you that they mostly connect two equal words or phrases or sometimes independent clauses together. So always pay attention with that. Please don't mix them up with what subordinating conjunctions. Subordinating conjunction, on the other hand, most times they are used in complex sentences. When start a sentence, they are always regarded as sentence fragments because they are dependent clause. You cannot use them alone in sentence. You need another independent clause to make it sound very clear. So let's walk across the room to the room of subordinating conjunction. This conjunction connects a main clause to a dependent clause, as I said earlier. They connect what? A main clause. A main clause like she is happy. She is happy is a main clause. Yeah, if I say she is happy, you're going to understand what I'm saying, that I'm talking about the subject is what? Happy. Yeah, it can stand on its own. That's an independent clause. So whenever it's connected with a subordinating conjunction, which is also always regarded as sentence fragment because they cannot stand on their own. So if I say she is happy because she won a lottery, because she won a lottery is a dependent clause. Because it's starting with, because she won a lottery, it's starting what with because, and this because here is what a subordinating conjunction. Explain, giving what the reason, showing the reason why she's what happy. Look at it. I stayed home because I was sick. I stayed home is an independent clause. Let me try to annotate that as well. Please, if you have any question, please do not hesitate to drop it on the chat box because I'm trying my best to break it down as much as I can. Don't make anything to confuse you, please. There's no big deal here. Okay, look at this now. I'm going to circle this. So here, this is an independent clause. Independent clause. So this is what a dependent clause. This sentence here is a complex sentence, but I don't want to. Now we are talking about conjunction, but I'm just trying to make it clear as much as I can. Okay, this is an independent clause. This is a dependent clause. So what made this a dependent clause is because it's starting with what? This subordinating conjunction. The other subordinating conjunctions like although, if, when, furthermore. So all these they have their functions in sentences. So whenever they start a sentence, they turn to what? A sentence fragment. They are mostly used in academic writing to make your sentence look more complex. So he stayed home because I stayed home because I was sick. So the subordinating conjunction here is showing the reason why the speaker was stayed home. It's explaining the reason. It's denoting the reason. The next one is what? Although. Although gives what? Surprises. Although it rained, we played. No, okay. Someone asked this question. The second part with because why do we not say it has three parts? I stayed home because and I was no. Yeah, as we said at the beginning, that whenever we just write a sentence, like we just write them in simple sentences, yeah, it will look vague. People would not really understand what we are communicating. That's the function of conjunction here. Because here is acting as a conjunction to make the sentence sound smoothly, not robotic. And because here is explaining the reason, as I always tell you that English is always contextual basis. It's also contextual base. Look at this sentence. You cannot say I stayed here because, comma, no. Because here is the one with the other sentence is a dependent clause. So it's programmed with this because I was sick. That was the reason why I was stayed at home. So whenever a recipient of a language or the listener of this language sees this, they will easily understand, they will easily denote the message that this sentence is passing across to the listeners. Okay, I stayed home because I was sick. Is explaining the reason why I stayed home. I stayed home simply because what I was sick. So that's it. That's the function of this. The next one is what although what gives surprises, although it rained with what played. Although it rained, we what played. God, please give me a sec. Let me try to pause the recording. Okay, so we can proceed. So although gives what surprises, because what explains what meaning. So all these are what subordinating conjunction. They are different from coordinating conjunction fanboys. We connect what main clauses together, independent clauses together. This one connects what independent and what subordinating clauses or dependent clauses together. They mostly start what whenever they are added to what a sentence, they turn the sentence to sentence fragments, and they always denote what in-depth meaning. For example, although what gives what surprises, although it trained with what played, if it always what shows explain conditions in sentences. If you study, you pass. So they have their own, they are used in in conditional sentences. When this one also shows the time, it explains the time in sentences. So whenever you see them, I believe you should be able to use them appropriately without guessing. No guesswork in TPL. We always pay attention to rules and apply them adequately and appropriately. So if you have any question, please do not hesitate to ask from me. I'll be happy to answer them. Oh, man.
Excuse me, ma'am. May I have a question?
Okay.
What can we say we play or do it rain?
Although it's rain, we played. Yeah, it's correct. You can say, although it's rained, we played. Yeah, it's correct to say that.
Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome. Okay, so there's a mini practice here. Fill in the blanks. Okay. Someone said that, okay, let me try to carry this. Someone said that, okay, trying to. I think it's. So the person that asked question previously that why did we start with because I hope I have answered your question. Because explains reasons in sentences. I hope I have answered your questions. Okay, thank you. She was hungry that she ordered a pizza. Is it but or so? Please pay attention to the second sentence. Look at the function in the in the first in this the context of the sentence. Like, is it denoting the cause or it's contrasting? You know, but is for contrast. So is for what? Cause and effect. Yeah. So is for result or the outcome. So the second one, I wanted to play outside. It started raining heavily. Is it end or but? I wanted to play outside, end or but. We passed our exam, entrance exam, dash. We studied every day. So the first one, she was hungry. Okay, let me see your answers. Come on. Okay, okay. Yeah, she was hungry. Dash, she ordered what? Pizza. What's your answer? Is it but? You cannot use but here. It's not showing contrast. She was hungry. Due to that, she what? The result of being hungry, she what? Ordered pizza. So that would be so, not but. If you use but is for contrasting ideas. But in this case now, the reason why she was hungry is because what? She ordered okay, she was hungry. Due to that, what? She ordered a pizza. So the result of being hungry is what? Ordering of pizza. So that's the answer. I wanted to play outside. It started raining heavily. I wanted to play outside. It started raining heavily. That shows that maybe due to the rain, I couldn't play outside. So that would be what? But I wanted to play outside, but it started raining heavily. And the last one, we passed our entrance exam. We studied every day. So you can obviously see we passed our entrance exam because, yeah, because it's explaining the reason why we passed our exam. So can you tell me the ones that are coordinating conjunctions and subordinating conjunction in the sentences? Please write it on the chat box. The three sentences, please tell me the one that their answers are what? Coordinating conjunctions, and the one that the answers are subordinating conjunction. I want to be sure that you are paying attention to this lesson. So you can simply write first number one, coordinating, you can write it with the acronym. Is it subordinating conjunction or coordinating conjunction? The second one, is it coordinating conjunction or subordinating conjunction? The third one, subordinating conjunction or coordinating conjunction? Yeah, thank you. One and two are what? Coordinating conjunction. They contain the elements of what? Fanboys. Fanboys is the acronym I gave just for you to simply understand it or memorize coordinating conjunctions that we have. I told you that they always connect words that have common meaning that goes in line and phrases. Also, they connect what two independent clauses together. But for subordinating conjunction, they always they act as dependent clauses. Whenever they start a sentence, they turn the sentence to what the clause to what a dependent clause. So they need another independent clause to become what a complex sentence. They cannot stand on their own. You cannot just say because we studied every day. That is regarded as a sentence fragment. You need another independent clause to make the sentence to have meaning. I believe you understand that. Okay, let's move on to the next slide now. Okay, this is an exam question. Sarah wanted to buy the new dress, dash, it was too expensive. Sarah wanted to buy the new dress, it was too expensive. Fastest finger, let's see. Sarah wanted to buy the two dress, but it was too expensive. Good. So Sarah wanted to buy the new dress, but it was too expensive. It was far too expensive. B connect what two opposing contrast ideas. Wanting something versus high costs. That means she couldn't buy it due to the expenses. Why others are wrong? So shows result, not contrast. Yeah, always pay attention to that. Shows result, not contrast. Because because high cost is not the reason she wanted it. Yeah. Or shows what alternative choices. Yeah. Let's move on to the next question without wasting much of our time. Although there's still a practice question for you after the lesson, I will drop it on the chat WhatsApp group. Okay, the second question now. We will go to the picnic in the park tomorrow. Dash, the weather is sunny. Is it although? Is it if, but, so? Let's see the fastest finger to answer these questions. Yeah, I'm really impressed. I'm really impressed. Yeah, if is the correct answer. We go to the picnic in the park tomorrow if the weather is sunny. I mean, if the weather is not sunny, we don't go. So that's a condition there. As I told you, whenever you see if, which is a subordinating conjunction in a sentence, is talking about is acting as what a conditional what word there. So if introduce a condition, going for a picnic depends on a sunny weather, why others are wrong. Although used for unexpected contrasts, C, but shows what opposite ideas, so indicates what results. Can you spot the mistakes? I didn't eat the breakfast, so I was hungry. I was very hungry. What's the mistake there? So is wrong. So what's the right conjunction to use for that? Because yeah, because is the most suitable. So is wrong. It's used incorrectly here to show what cause instead of what result. So shows result in sentences, but because what it shows reason. Here you can see I was very hungry. I didn't eat breakfast, so I was what very hungry. So because I was hungry because I didn't what eat breakfast. So because is the most suitable here. You cannot say so. So type yes in the chat if you caught the mistake before the review. Okay, we just have. Okay, good, good. I'm really impressed. So why conjunction matters in real life? Fluent speaking, it makes your spoken English flow naturally like a native speaker. Entrance exam, it boosts your scores in grammar, reading, and sentence completion tests. Essay writing, it combines it combines basic sentences into advanced academic paragraphs. That's what it does. Who want to get 100%